guys, what's up and welcome back to another video here on Sam Cam's YouTube channel. Now once again, similar to the Norwich game a few weeks ago, unfortunately I couldn't make it to the Den for today's loss away at Millwall. My apologies for that, but the vlogs will be coming consistently pretty much from now to the end of the season. I'm thinking off the top of my head, and every weekend other than Preston, I don't think I'm missing a game, so there will be vlogs for all of them. But similar to the Norwich game as well, I brought back the main man, Hoppo, to do a match review of today's defeat to Alex Neil's Millwall. A really gutting one, wasn't it, here?
Yeah, it is. It is because it's 2 weeks on the trot now, isn't it? Late goals, last week night, was it 96, 97th
Yeah,
minute? You think
97th minute, yeah.
we've got something, we've got a good point. It's a good point away from home. And the same today. You can good point and yeah, we can see the penalty. It's in the and I just knew he was gonna score it. It's cruel. Football's cruel. It can be the most wonderful game in the world, but it could be cruel as well. And today he's been a little bit cruel, same as last week. He's coming off the back of a good performance and a good win in the week. So yeah, bit of a body blow again today, really.
It really was. It wasn't a classic game, was it? It really was a scrappy championship fixture.
Yeah,
Looked like it was heading 0-0. I don't want this to seem as me coming across biased, but I really didn't think Millwall deserved the 3 points today. It was a very even game. It seemed a very tired game. You can tell that both teams have had 3 games in the last 7 days. You could see that in the way they were playing. The final 20, 30 minutes of the game today, both teams looked very tired. They looked tired. They looked sloppy. I thought the game sort was petering out, and then all of a sudden the penalty get given, and that's the way the game changes, I suppose. Did you think it was a penalty, Hop? I've just listened to Mark Robbins' thing before coming on here, and he doesn't agree with the referee's decision. It seemed like both players were holding on to each other, Coburn, Wilmot, sort of jostling in the penalty area. What you'd expect
yeah,
from a big centre half and a big centre back in the penalty area with seconds to go. The referee's seen something that, to be honest, I haven't. I think you're probably going to draw a line in the middle. Half people will think it is a penalty, the other half won't. What did you make of
yeah.
it?
I suppose under the letter of the law, it's contact, isn't it, in the box? But it was 50-50, so it's just how the refs kind of deemed it, really. I think you speak to Stoke fans will say it wasn't.
Mm,
Millwall will say that it was. But it's one of them. It's annoying, really. One of them. It's a soft one. It's a real soft decision. So I think I don't really know. For me, it was a soft penalty. You're going to be giving them, if you're going to be giving them, giving them every single week.
mm.
And what was more annoying, we had a Stonewall penalty at home against Millwall.
No.
But I want us to get absolutely clear as daylight, and we didn't get it. So that in itself's a little bit annoying. But yeah, it was contact. Probably, I think we'd probably best ask a neutral because they're going to say that it wasn't.
It's
Millwall
the
are going to say
bias,
it was.
isn't it, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. It is. So probably that the decision really to a neutral. But yeah, there's contact. But for me, it's 50-50. It's a soft one. If it is, it's incredibly soft. And you're going to give decisions like that, then I want some in our favour as well.
100% agree. I mean, it's one of those things with AFL referees. I find the consistency, sorry, fails
Yeah,
to beat the games every single week. You see there, that's a penalty that gets given, and then the one against Millwall, like you touched on earlier on in the season, far more of a Stonewall penalty than that against Berger in the Millwall penalty area later in the game. That one doesn't get given. And I think that sums up referees in the Championship, but I'm not going to talk about that too much because I'll get myself in trouble. But in terms of the game itself, the first half, I thought we were really quite decent. We looked very compact defensively. I thought Ashley Phillips marshaled that back line and the two big Millwall centre forwards, Coburn and Ivanovic, really well. Jostled them off the ball every time. He sort of had an aerial duel of 50-50. He was winning it. And same with Wilmot, really. We looked strong going forward. I actually thought we looked quite dangerous. And at parts in the second half, I thought, you know what, with Berger's chance when Jono hit the crossbar, I really thought it might be a game that Stoke managed to nick a 3 points from. And it did always feel like, sort of from the 10th minute onwards, if someone was going to win the game, it was going to be either a moment of quality or just one goal. And in the end, and in the end, unfortunately, it didn't go in Stoke's favour, and it was a Millwall penalty that won it. What did you make of the overall performance, Ian? Because I didn't find it, like I say, too bad. I think, yes, it's frustrating, you lose a game, but it's just one of those split decision moments that completely changes it. If the game had finished 0-0, I'd be looking at it the exact same way, saying, you know what, it's a good point away at a team,
Mm.
sort of still hanging on to a playoff chase at the moment, and we leave a tough place despite their not brilliant home record this season. It is still tough to go to the Den with a decent point, and like I say, that one penalty changes it. So how did you find the overall performance from the Potters today?
Just agree with what you said. Really, first off, I thought we were a much better team, very competitive, caused them quite a few problems. You know, a little bit more composure. Probably that we were just lacking that final ball. Put some
Mm,
good balls into the box, but we just final third of the decision making really. But yeah, I thought it was probably game of two halves. We were better first half, they were better second half. But overall, we were very competitive. We were winning a lot of second balls, a lot of duels, a lot of there was more aggression there. I noticed what was pleasing is we've got a bit more aggression there. We were Millwall known as a physical side, but we were giving them back today, which is quite
100%.
pleasing. I think the midfield's a lot better with Thompson, Berger, and Baker up playing, a bit further up. So yeah, it was really good, and I think it all comes down to moments. We had those two moments in the second half. Jono's at the bar. I'm not sure if keeper got a fingertip to it,
I think he
and
did,
then
yeah.
that one, Berger. If he buries that, that could have been 2-0. The penalty wouldn't have really mattered. And I think this is one of the things that Robbins is talking about. Is like we just got to be a little bit more clinical. So really, that penalty's gone against us. But have we taken those chances? And they were good chances. They were really good opportunities. We'd have won that game to at least come out with a point. So yeah, lot better. Really, I feel a lot better this week, even though we've lost at the level of performance. Some real good positives to take out there. We've had a little bit of bad fortune at the end, but we've got something to build on now after the international break. We really have. There's a real improvement, more competitive.
100%. I think the key thing I want to touch on what you've just said there is positive to take, and I think not just from today, sort of in the last probably three games, I'll say in the last week, I've really noticed a difference in the level of performance from Stoke. Yes, we've now seen 2 defeats in 3 games, so it might seem a little bit ludicrous saying there's positive to take from it, but there is. We're not losing games and getting completely drawn out of them. Away to Coventry, who were really high flying, still are under great form under Frank Lampard. 2-0 behind. The positive to take from that game is that we didn't let our heads drop, and we got ourselves back in the game midweek against Blackburn. A positive to take again, a home performance where we stayed very compact, didn't look too shaky defensively, and held it out for a really good 1-0 win. And today, again, another thing you said, Ian, which I think is a really good point, is we were battling, we were being hard to get past, sort of a brutality about the performance. And I think that's what all Stoke fans want to see. Mark Robbins has constantly said he's trying to install a bit of the old Stoke City back to the team. And I think slowly but surely we are starting to see that. So yeah,
Yeah.
there is positive to take. In terms of Mark Robbins as a manager now, he's had quite a few months in charge of Stoke, probably enough time now to make a fairly honest judgment of him. What would you make of him as a supporter right now, Ian? I personally wasn't too impressed at the beginning, but now I am starting to see things getting put in place, performances getting a little bit better, players working harder for the badge they're wearing on the shirt. Is he the man to take Stoke forward in your opinion, or are you not 100% sure yet?
I think it's still early days. Yeah, we can start to see now what he's about. So I think there's more positives now with the performances as we're going on. But he's got the real positive is he's got a lot of his players back, a lot of key players, and they're playing really well. They're playing at good level. So the performances have improved. But it's little things that we're seeing now, like you say, the competitiveness. We were being bullied off the ball for so long. We were a soft touch, and we've seen that really improve where we're battling, we're more physical, we're getting stuck in, we're not letting teams bully us and push us off the ball. So that they can see the real difference what he's bringing in there. We're more positive moving forward. We're looking to get the ball forward a lot more quicker. Turn, when we turn the ball over, let's get it forward a lot more. It's just that decision making in the final third needs to be a little bit better, but yeah, I don't want to get carried away. So far, I can see the improvements. I can see what he's trying to do. But I still feel it's a bit too early to say yet, Sam. But what I'm seeing, yeah, I'm encouraged. Let's say put it that way.
No, I certainly am as well. I think we need to give a manager some level of consistency in the job. We've gone through 3 managers this season. That's no
Yeah,
sign of a stable football club. And
yeah,
whether we've seen enough to be able to say, like you say, probably not that Mark Robins is the main man to take us forward. He will bring us greatness, maybe not, but I certainly think we've got to give him time. And I know that is something that every manager wishes to have, but he
Mm.
given it is a man that I think will deliver in the time he's given. You saw at Coventry, they stuck with him, even if they had shaky periods. Even I think most seasons they had in the Championship with him, they had a poor start and then they kicked on. And I do think he is the right man to take us forward. I think we do need to see more from now to the end of the season to be able to go into the summer really positively as supporters. And we need to stay up a lot more comfortably than what we are right now because it's a little bit touch and go. But yeah, I do think we need to give him consistency, not even financially, because I think if we were to sack another manager, we might be in a little bit of trouble with FFP and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But also, just for the sake of it, we can't have another manager that goes at the end of this season and then we start fresh again. And, a new manager that has to bring in his own new players, his own new philosophy. It just doesn't work. You have to sometimes get with a manager and stick with it. And that is what Gary Rowett actually said, a man that I'm not a biggest fan of at all after what he did to
yeah,
Stoke when we got relegated. But it was very smart what he said on Sky Sports a few weeks ago that sometimes if you're going through a bit of turmoil at a football club, you've got to get a manager, and no matter what happens, stick with it. And I think that's what we
yeah.
do with Mark Robbins. I really do. I also just said then, final question of this video for you, Ian, about staying up. Do you think Stoke will at the moment? We're floundering just above the drop zones before the games are played today. The 3 o'clock kickoffs. We're 4 points above the drop zones at the moment. Do you think we'll stay up, or do you not?
Think I'm hoping so. Let's just put it that way. I think if we carry on improving the way we are, the way we're playing, then I think we'll have enough. A little bit unlucky today. That could have been a point. We could have been looking at being 5 points clear, but it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, I think if we play those levels as we have done, then I'd feel definitely more confident. It's going to be probably down to the wire again. I think. Hopefully by the time we get to Derby away, we'll be safe. But we've got some tough games, haven't we? We've got Sheffield and
Yeah.
Leeds away and that. So yeah, it's going to come down to the wire. But if we play those levels we have done and we keep improving, and hopefully it's coming at the right time now. We've got what 8 matches left, is it?
Something.
Yeah, eight cup finals really. So I think we've got enough in the bank to do it. I really do. But we have got a bit of a tough run in, which is quite worrying.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we'll do it. Maybe just get over the line.
Well, I think the next few games after this international break, sorry, is going to be the
Yeah.
pivotal point whether we stay up or not. We've got QPR at home, Luton Town at home, Cardiff away. Um, I think have we got Hull to play still at home this season?
No, we played them. No, we played them, haven't we?
No, we've played
Played
them
them
twice,
twice.
haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, no, every single game, like you said there, 8-7, however many games are left now from to the end of the season, or cup finals, we have to
yeah,
find a way to stay up. We've certainly got the quality and the caliber of players to do so.
yeah,
I don't look at our team and the way we're playing at the moment and think it's a team that belongs in League One or in the relegation zones in the Championship. But it's just about whether you've got the desire. And in the last 3 games, I'd actually say we probably have. And we've just got to keep that consistent desire from now to the end of the season and not let it drop
yeah,
off because it's something we've seen with Stoke far too often over the last few years where we might have a little stint and a little good run of performances and results and then we drop off again. So the main thing for me from now to the end of the season, we're not going to win every game, I know that, but let's keep a level of desire and passion for the bad from now to the end of the season, and we'll probably
mm,
see the job out. I certainly don't want to be going to Derby on the final day needing something there to stay up because at a rowdy Pride Park, I honestly couldn't see that happening. So, like you say, fingers crossed we get the job done before that final day of the season. But
yeah.
look, Ian Hoppo, thanks again, mate, for coming.
Oh, thanks,
Really
mate. Thanks for the opportunity, Sam. I've
Hey,
enjoyed
no
it. Thank you,
worries.
mate.
No worries, mate. Thanks
Cheers,
for
mate.
coming on. Really, really good insight. I had loads of people messaging me actually after the Norwich one saying how good you were and they wanted you back on again. So
Appreciate it. Thank you. That's appreciated.
no worries. The Samcam fans like you, mate. They really do.
Thank you to the Samcam fans.
So yeah, anyway, that's how it's finished today at the Den. Millwall 1, Stoke nil. A few games remaining left of the championship season. And fingers crossed Stoke can do enough to stay up. The next game, I think, for me, at home to QPR after this international break, the players rested, has got to be a win. We've got to pick up 3 points against Marty Cifuentes' Queen's Park Rangers, and then we'll be looking once again in a good position. And fingers crossed, actually, this video will go out probably after the games later, but they go our way and we don't have some negative results and end up a lot closer to the relegation zones than we are right now. But yeah, like I say, once again, Ian, thanks very much for coming on.
Cheers, Sam. Thank you.
I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Once again, my apologies for not being able to make it to the game, but I thought I'd do this little match review once again with Ian, as I know quite a few of you liked it last time instead of a match day vlog. So yeah, please do not forget to drop a like and subscribe. And that is Sam Camp. Peace out.